ShotHawk is, very simply put, a company that is looking to have a very positive impact on the world.
ShotHawk is a company that's based around helping people and keeping people safe. And that's through building devices that can monitor and survey and actively respond to threats when they arise.
What we're currently in the process of creating is what we call a public safety defender. So for active shooter and knife threat situations, our device will be able to step in after being told there's a threat. We had a late night conversation after the Uvalde shooting happened, and we really felt like something could and needed to be done from a technology perspective. We're like, there's got to be something we could do to stop this. And one thing led to the next, and before we knew it, we were creating what ultimately became our company. We had to ensure that what we were doing was going to make a positive impact on the world. You got to make sure that the change you're bringing about is positive and is what the community needs.
The device is essentially a wall-mountable unit. It can also be mounted outdoors on any kind of sides of buildings or poles. And essentially what its main capability is to identify and follow threats through their motion and deploy a non-lethal solution on them. A user or any kind of application of this technology would interact with a panic button or some kind of triggering mechanism. And what that essentially allows us to do is to be sure that there is some kind of threat in the environment.
After it's been told that there's an emergency, our unit will then be able to activate and autonomously track and identify the assailant and then engage them with the non-lethal. We're starting with pepper gel and silly string because those are the easiest for us to work with while we're developing, but really it could be a wide range of things. It could be as simple as a light blinder, or for more advanced scenarios, it could be rubber bullets or pepper balls.
People can't believe that it can be done, right? A lot of people are like, hey, this seems a little bit too immature, or the technology might not be there yet, right? And our response to that has mostly been, through the hard trial of development, right? Trial and failure, and then going back to the table, fixing what we've already built.
People thought we were crazy. They thought we were trying to live in a sci-fi movie, and didn't think what we were doing was actually possible. In terms of how they'll be dispersed around a school or other public environment, we're anticipating putting these, several of them throughout a school, where you have, one at your major entryways, and then, in your major hallways throughout a building. And then after that, you begin to layer them over time, so you get them in the points where you feel like you might have gaps in security.
With the SPOT unit, we're essentially aiming to be the first responder, where it's an active response between the time that the threat's been identified and when the police arrive on scene. And so our scope of use kind of ends when the police arrive on scene. They can deactivate the unit just so that way it doesn't trigger on the police and their weapons and their response. And so that way there's no, confusion in the response of the threat. Having an AI program that can accurately track and identify threats is something that's very important to the function of our product. So we're pursuing a lot of testing to make sure that it is that, and it is a complete, robust AI program.
I feel like it's going to bring what the fire sprinkler did for fires. I ultimately think that we are just adding another piece to the puzzle for security systems, where they're going to be able to actively respond. So the hope is that, you would never need this, just like how we hope we never need our fire sprinklers. To us, it means that we can help people. Quite simply, that is what we want to do. We want to make a difference. We're working with cutting edge technology that we could be using for many other applications. We didn't have to choose to take this towards the public safety and security space, but at the same time, we felt by doing so and taking the road less traveled here that we could really make an impact.